So, are we doing this now?
Yeah.
I was like,
What are we doing?
I don't know how you guys.
What are we doing, Kent?
Oh yeah. So, this is Fandom Nonsense. I'm Josh.
That's my shirt.
That's his shirt. I'm Zach.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm also Nolan.
And we just saw Venom, and tonight we're going to discuss it. So, guys.
That is very true, Josh.
Yeah.
We just got off of a 6:30 screening of Venom, and I was pleasantly surprised, for one.
All right. Same. But before we jump into that, let's spend a couple minutes and let's dissect the trailer reel because we haven't talked about that at all. There's
Okay.
actually some good things in there that I'm actually kind of excited
I've
about.
seen every trailer that was in there, and I was disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to stop watching
Oh.
trailers.
Yeah. Okay.
But typically, man, every movie that I've ever gone to see, I've seen a new trailer that I've not seen before whenever I go to see a new movie. No new trailer in this. It's nothing but old trailers.
What
Those
were you-
trailers have been out for like a month or
well,
so or
at
more.
the end, we kind of got a new...
Yeah, we'll get to that.
that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm talking about the
What?
beginning.
Right.
In what context did you see the trailer for the fucking police state movie, the Captive State?
Okay, never mind. Not that one.
That one.
I didn't see that one.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
excited.
that
for.
looks cool.
I guess I
I love
missed it.
John Goodman for one.
The,
You may not have been in
really-
there yet, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you came by. Me and Serena saw you waiting at the bottom of the
I was
stairs.
like, "Where's my people?"
Yeah.
I didn't see any hands up. You guys screwed me. I'm just
was
like, "All right, well, I'm gonna walk
Is
back
that
down
Ken?
the stairs
Well,
and
your
look."
hair's dark blue and we couldn't see you. It wasn't like the natural yellow.
Going, is that Ken?
Thanks, dude.
I had to, like, see Kyle accidentally.
Yeah. Well, like you were in the back of the theater, and I'm just like, I don't see anybody, and like every 3 seconds it's a dark scene, and like light scene, dark, light scene, and I'm just trying to find you guys, and you guys were at the very tip top, and you weren't doing.
There were trailers going on.
There were indeed. Yeah, no, Captive State, though. Cinematography looks good. I like the art direction for all that. Looks really intense. I was thinking it was going to be a Purge sequel.
I thought
I-
it was gonna be a Cloverfield sequel.
See, I
Yeah.
could see Cloverfield more than Purge. I thought it was just going to be like a kind of a Stepford life kind of thing, like where everything's perfect because it's all so controlled.
Right.
And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm sold on this like
Happy
super
dystopia.
this happy dystopia police state kind of thing. Obviously, probably an allegory for our times.
There's a game out there.
And then that ship or whatever comes overboard at the end,
Right.
end of it. And so I was like, okay, what's going on here? I'm
Right.
sold on like just on the daily grind of this world, and so that's good trailer. I'm sold on that.
I think the using of the football stadium there
And having the alien ship go over?
yeah, and having the propaganda sort
Yeah.
of play throughout the whole thing and seem very robotic and alien the whole time. We're just like repeating that phrase, "Give thanks," over and over again.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what like this consumer culture sort of instills upon you, is that like you constantly have to give thanks for the fact that you have the ability to consume all these things and you don't want for much, even though your existence might be authoritarian and completely dystopian.
Right.
But
It's like there's like crime has been eliminated because they kill everybody.
Yeah.
Or imprison them.
right, if you just change the definition of crime, then there is none.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
What other ones were? I mean, there was some.
There's the Spider-Man
I mean,
universe,
yeah.
multiverse thing.
That's that same.
I didn't see
trailer
that.
that's
I didn't see that
out.
trailer
That
yet.
trailer's good though.
Yeah.
Okay, now you mentioned, I think on the last Fandom, that the animation of that looks a little bit shaky, and seen on the big screen,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It still looks good.
it looks good. It looks like it's very low frame
Not
rate.
all
Right.
shots are choppy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's like they're almost going for like a stop motion effect.
Yes.
However,
Yes, that's exactly the way that it
however,
looks.
I did not notice that as much jerkiness when they show the actual clip,
Right.
which I'm assuming is an actual finished clip or close to a
Yeah.
finished clip from the movie.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That had to have been a clip from the movie.
Right. That scene with the subway.
Yeah, I don't like
Oh, wait, that's at the
how it
end.
flashed like 3 comic strips in. Like that just, maybe I'm just getting old or something. That just fucks with my eyes. I don't know. Or read too much manga.
I thought that was kind of like
a little much for a movie too.
outdated.
Yeah.
It feels very like early 2000s. Like yeah.
I like the
it seems like
animation
the same
style. It's
Raimi
pretty
kind,
crazy.
but it's Sony, so it makes sense they do something like that. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they've done something like that in all of the Spider-Man movies.
I don't know if you noticed, but Peter Parker in this Into the Spider-Verse movie is voiced by Jake Johnson. He's a very fucking talented comedic actor. He's in like New Girl, and he was in Let's Be Cops and shit like that. And I'm really excited to see him play Peter Parker because I've always liked the sardonic, more comedic kind of like witty Peter Parker. You know.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the humor in the train scene whenever the snowman head. Just like that, it's almost childish, but it's still pleasant. It's comfortable. Like the humor. Oh man. Oh, and we're not even to Venom yet, but the humor they snuck. Oh man, the humor they snuck in that movie is super duper.
Like save it for the end.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
What? All right. So like, what
Yeah.
other trailers? Let's get on with this because I want to talk
Yeah.
about Venom.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, can anybody think of any other ones that were?
I mean, the Shazam trailer, but that was still the
Oh,
same way.
I think I saw the Glass trailer. Have you guys seen that movie with?
Split.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, not just Split, but like my mom and I watched this movie.
Invincible.
Yes, back in the early
Oh,
like
yeah, I
2000s.
love that movie.
And my mom made me watch it with her, and I actually really enjoyed it. I was like, "Holy crap, this is incredible!" But then it's of course M. Night Shyamalan's just like.
What's a twist?
Yeah, it's like M. Night Shyamalan Avengers. It's just like I'm gonna do this movie, and this movie, and this movie. We're gonna put them all together. Everybody's gonna be super happy. And so, but they're incredible, and it's like they don't have like this cast of people and like a bunch of backstory. It's just like you have the strong man, the invincible guy. You have the Glass or Dr. Glass, who's
Nick
like
Fury.
yeah. And then you have
Fragile Nick Fury.
the Beast, who's like, and oh my god, if you watch Split, it was amazing. I love how they implemented the the multiple personalities to be like, oh yeah,
McAvoy is a fucking actor.
yeah, dude, oh my god,
Right?
Oh my God.
he's so good. I love that man.
Playing 16 characters.
Right.
Oh my god, yeah, it was a great show. Anyway, so I think that's all I wanted to talk about.
Yep.
For the intro.
So on to the main event.
I got that venom, not knowing when I'm never gonna slow up.
There seems to be a dramatic tone shift in this movie.
Yeah.
Have you noticed, like, at the beginning, we've kind of got this, like, sci-fi thriller horror movie presented to us,
Yeah.
almost like an alien.
You're
Oh,
right.
that bone
Yeah.
healing part of.
As
Yeah,
soon
it was like a sci-fi movie
Right.
until you're just like, okay, now we're in the city.
Yeah,
and
and
you're
you get like a
and you're
rom-com
yeah, I was about
sort
to
of
say
thing going
rom-com.
on
Yeah.
with Eddie Brock, and then
yeah, no,
it's just
shit.
like they kind of just like fuck each other at some point in the movie. Like the two movies like converge at some point.
It wasn't
Oh.
bad though.
I-
It
yeah,
wasn't
I
bad
forgot.
fucking.
Yeah,
like
I
it
forgot.
kind of like it
Right.
put itself right into place. Like,
Yeah.
It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Like I don't know too much about the backstory of Venom, but like putting
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the
yeah.
best way to enjoy this movie. I think.
putting a happy twist on a dark character. From my knowledge, I don't know too much about the guy. Putting a happy twist on a darker character.
Well, it's kind of like they took a version of the character that already existed and just like got
Threw him
rid
in
of
the beginning.
previous.
See, I didn't know Venom
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
sentience and a, like.
Venom was
Right.
originally a shithead,
Yeah.
and then over,
he's like I'm a loser on my
Right.
planet.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
usually
but-
just a straight up
spoilers,
villain.
sorry.
yeah, before he was just a straight up jackass, and then over time
So
they
do you
finally
see
gave
him
him
on his
emotion.
alien
and-
planet at all?
So-
Yeah, you've seen. Oh yeah, you've seen his planet. I don't know the name of
So
the
like
planet
we mentioned, we were talking about
in the comics at least.
which also we're going to get into heavy spoilers here. So
Definitely. Why would
make
you watch a
sure-
review if you didn't? Think
yeah,
it was
make
gonna
sure you go see the movie first, because we're just going to go
He
right
does it
into
all the
random
time.
things.
Watch reviews of movies that you haven't seen.
If I'm not going to watch the movie,
Oh yeah,
Well,
I was just saying you do it though.
That's fair.
yeah,
I don't have time to watch
because
movies.
I've studied the craft. But anyway, like we were talking about with Carnage, the symbiotes. Yeah, the symbiotes take on like the moral center and characteristics of their host. That's why when Venom was originally in the comics infecting Spider-Man, he was just a black suited Spider-Man. He wasn't like evil. He was more what's the word I'm looking for?
He gave Peter Parker the ability to goad on his worst instincts.
Yeah.
He gave like Spider-Man the potential to be more destructive.
Was that like I saw the one with the first ones? What was his name?
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. And
But-
like that where Spider-Man's like walking around like hooting at chicks and whatnot, and he's like
Right.
that really lame scene.
Yeah.
If
it's
you
like
if you squint, that's kind of an accurate portrayal of
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Venom. But
The animated series did the same sort of shtick with him
Right.
whenever he
Oh.
got Venom too,
Oh, yeah.
right?
but he was
became
almost
super-
straight from the
He
comic.
became
Yeah.
cool kid Peter
it
Parker.
it was like the animated series. I don't know if it's been so long since I watched Spider-Man 3, but I don't think there was the classic scene of Venom taking him in the middle of the night while he was asleep to go kick ass. Like that's one of the best scenes. Venom just takes over his body after Spider-Man gets wrecked and just goes and whoops a whole bunch of ass.
in the animated series.
in the animated
I don't remember that.
It's in Spectacular and in the original.
Oh shit, I remember that. And then the like throughout that whole arc, didn't they have like Venom in the intro part of it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Venom's always in the intro of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Right.
But anyway, and then whenever he infected Eddie in the comics was a little bit more of a sleazeball.
Oh, he was definitely less of an anti-hero and more
Yeah.
of just like a straight up villain.
Right.
Because the whole point was that like Eddie Brock was faking all this. What was happening? He was like
Eddie Brock faked evidence for a news story at the Daily Globe. Peter
Right.
Parker broke the story and
Yeah.
got him fired.
right.
I don't know that I would.
That was the Daily Globe.
Yeah, and they
Right.
referenced that in the movie,
Right.
and him actually being from New York, so that's cool.
Yeah, that was a nice tie-in.
Did you see in the credits one of the spacemen, or I guess the only spaceman that had a line? His name was J.J. Jameson III.
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone's an astronaut.
yeah. I thought that was super cool.
That was a
Nice
good
little.
shout out.
Yeah, it's like that's credits, like Easter egg.
Yeah.
Which
we always watch because we want to see the after credit scene.
I
Right.
just like reading the names.
Oh, the name game.
The name game is the best.
That was solid.
Storm Cloud.
All right. Anyway, so
That was Thundercloud.
Either one works.
the Wilhelm scream was in that.
Yeah,
Well,
I didn't care.
That
What you?
I didn't
for?
care. Like I heard
that's-
all you guys go. I'm like.
that's just like
Buddy dud.
It's
Yeah.
fan service.
It takes
like,
me out of it.
It's
like-
fan service. You're right.
yeah, that's absolutely fan service at this point. But it's
I mean, I get it. I
It's the same
definitely
reason
get it.
Stan Lee was in it. You know.
Oh yeah.
But Stanley, yeah, but
No.
he doesn't put the Wilhelm scream in every movie.
I think it's
No.
a different
A lot of 'em.
different thing though. Like
I liked his cameo
Stan-
on this one.
Stan Lee is just tradition at this point.
Yeah.
But the Wilhelm scream is like, to me, it's more just a nice nod to people who like know movies.
Yeah,
Like,
but like it was in Infinity War as well.
Mhm.
Whenever what's his name died, the telekinetic guy. Whenever
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
shot into space.
Right.
But like the way that the only reason I enjoyed that one is because like they barely put it in there. Like it was like you could barely hear it
It's
over
a really
something
specific soundbite.
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah,
else.
I've said for a while.
I don't like
that,
it when it's just out there in the open unless you're openly mocking it.
I've said for a while that Disney needs to stop using the Wilhelm scream and use the goofy scream whenever somebody falls.
Yeah. No, that'd be great.
Yeah, but the movies they'd put that in, not many people fall like that. They could play.
You'd be
so.
surprised how many
Yeah.
places the Wilhelm scream gets used.
But yeah, as far as problems, the only one that I really had, I mean, I'm sure we can all pick something out, but the one that came to mind first was just the fact that they kind of pushed Venom's tilt in his morality a little too fast.
You know,
Especially with his dialogue.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about that on the bus, and that could have easily been fixed by just saying, by Venom being like, "Oh, I'm going to protect you because I like you. You're a good host." You know,
Right.
like because of their relationship. Like I could have bought that.
Right. I think that's what it was. I think they mentioned something about
He
that.
did
They
say
did-
something
yeah.
while he
But I
was
don't-
like he gave it off to
He's
like a
perfect
nod. It was like
host,
Right.
yeah.
you.
He's almost
and he
like-
like they cut that scene.
No,
Right.
they said that's what made him change his mind about humanity and about saving the world and everything. I'm saying
Right.
that instead of being like why are you helping me? He's supposed to be your leader? Why are you fighting
They
against
didn't.
him?
Oh, not say anything about him being a good host until that guy was fighting him and being like,
Right.
"You- You got
Well,
a strong host."
What I'm saying is like, instead of like you being in your head has convinced me to be a good little symbiote.
Right.
Like his motivation, and this would be more in line of being an anti-hero. His motivation would be because we've bonded. You're a good host, and if your species gets wiped out, then I lose you.
Right.
You know, like that would have made more sense to the thing that they were
It would
building
have bridged
together.
the gap better.
Yeah.
It did seem that was the only part that I felt like that was too stilted in their connection. But at the same time, I was charmed by their connection.
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
like they had good footing together, and it did make sense that they would inevitably come together.
loser like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was just
That
like we
could've
both
been-
fucking suck in our societies. We can help each other be great.
Yeah.
And
That's sweet.
yeah.
I think my main problem with the movie probably was the main villain, not Riot. His name was Riot, right?
Yeah.
Not him, but the actual human dude.
Carlton, whatever.
Him being a
Carlton
villain was
Drake.
like the most forced villain I've seen since like
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty nuanced.
I hated,
He was
like,
pretty
dude,
subtle.
all of his little, like, his long speeches of bullshit. Like, I was just.
To me, he seems like an Elon Musk type character, where
But he was like really, really wanting to
Yeah.
put that car in space.
for sure, like if Elon Musk just had like a super
No,
boner
we're
for
putting
murder,
my car in
yeah,
space.
I'm gonna drive it. It's gonna be
The mannequin's actually a body.
Yeah.
No,
Hashtag mannequin's
I like to give some more different perspective. I liked how like this. I like the sleazy businessman villain. Like
I like it that he threatened everybody.
how is your family, or how are
Right.
your
Yeah, how
kids?
are your kids?
Yeah,
It's
like-
really subtle.
Yeah, like
I don't
oh,
think that was
I didn't say
sleazy.
anything.
Like, it didn't. It
Not
didn't
sleazy,
feel
just-
subtle at
just
all. Like,
like-
you felt the tone shift in him
for sure.
saying it
But
hard.
he didn't actually say, "I'm gonna hurt your kid."
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't
Exactly.
do this.
Yeah.
Nor did you get
He-
to see her children.
Right.
He
So, like-
he used his words carefully
Yeah.
in all those interactions. It was-
But that's the point, is
I
they
would-
wanted you to know that he's a wicked bastard who will
Yeah,
kill on anybody.
he's got money and he
Did
has
well.
pool.
and he's smart. He's like, and so,
Oh, and of course he's a friggin' good host for a symbiote. He just happens to be...
You know, I think
Man,
maybe
that's smart.
because he was a leader that Riot was able to take him on.
yeah,
Because Riot was like a
He's
squad
also
leader.
a squad leader.
yeah.
Squad. Squad.
So that at least
drop
makes
it.
sense from a personality aspect. I think maybe it like personality is what matters with the symbiotes, and then like they
A
just
loser gets with a
assuming-
loser.
Yeah.
A leader gets with a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not a chemical
Carnage. Yeah.
change,
Right.
it's a personality.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh, this person doesn't have the same blood type, it's more like, oh, this person's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Basically.
I'm a piece of shit. Let's be friends. Hey, that's symbiosis.
We can be piece of shits.
Let's be together. We can be great pieces of
We can
I
both
really-
be a turd in the wind.
I
Okay,
like, I
things-
like Venom's voice too.
That was
Yeah.
the,
I did like his voice.
Was
yeah,
that-
when dude?
Was that
Ven-
Eddie or was that Tom Hardy's voice?
Probably.
It was, yeah, Venom was Tom Hardy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking cool. Because you could tell sometimes
Yeah.
because he had like the same kind
Got that
of
Hulk
accent.
thing going
Yeah.
on.
I didn't like the first time you hear Venom, it's a joke. Second time you hear Venom, joke. Third time you hear Venom, joke.
It went back and forth, and
Like,
his were solid.
Well,
It wasn't
it was a joke scene. Like it was
Right.
like, oh, Venom, and he squeaked like a girl, and he fell into the tub.
Don't
yeah.
open that door.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a joke, but the situation was
Yeah,
humorous.
like they
Yeah.
gave it like humor, like him coming onto it, not just like what the is going on. I mean, consider the
Right.
following. Like
Which San Francisco Venom does kind of have a sense of humor.
I don't know,
like-
I don't know the difference between the.
Yeah, I
Whatever
never
it is.
really got into Venom specific.
I didn't know that there was a New
comics. I've
York
always
Venom.
seen him in Spider-Man.
Right.
I thought he
Well,
just
that's
traveled.
where it starts.
Okay.
And then when
Venom
he's in San
road
Francisco,
trip.
he's
Are
more
we
of
there
like,
yet?
an anti-hero as opposed to
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
So-
Well,
Yeah. And then,
I didn't like the predictability of it at some points.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the whole business thing. Oh, like I even call that one like you're fired, Eddie. You're fired, Eddie. Like the girlfriend scene. I'm leaving
Yeah, I was
you.
about-
You're on your own. I knew I was like I thought the fast driving car when they were pulling up it was the bad guy, but I thought it was him pulling up to a bar. I was like he's going to a bar. Well, what did I do in the situation? My girlfriend left me. I lost my job. Everything's awful.
Everything's so bad.
I'm gonna get a drink.
I will say that I was pleasantly surprised by the degree of acting that we saw. Because usually in movies like this, whenever you come to a scene where it's based around the secondary characters,
Mhm.
everything just falls apart
Yeah.
acting-wise.
Yeah.
Because everything's
The-
so formulaic and actiony.
The lady who played the scientist, I was actually really pleased with her. I
Dennis
didn't,
Oh,
Slade?
yeah, she
Yeah,
changed
she
her
is
line of
fucking
saying
great.
symbiote to symbiote.
Symbiote, yeah.
And I'm so happy they changed it.
They changed more in that line.
Oh, yeah.
Because she didn't say Dr. Drake or whatever. Whenever in the trailer, she just said "we believe."
Mhm.
So I think that was a different take that they used specifically for the trailer.
I think they just wanted to make us mad.
I don't think they
Probably.
were thinking about it. They're
Yeah.
probably just like
No, they were
giving
just-
us characters and
Yeah, and then they
This-
saw the backlash. And like,
Yeah.
That's such a big thing, though. Just straight changing the
Right.
pronunciation of
Well,
it.
I'm actually glad that they did it in the trailer because then they got the backlash and changed it for the actual
right?
release.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like it's not even an issue.
I mean, if it wasn't on purpose, though, how do you fuck up like that?
I mean, it wasn't that bad. We were fucked up on it.
A
Remember?
lot
Yeah.
of people were fucked up on it.
Yeah.
It's symbiote.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, I mean that's what I thought it was.
details that
Yes,
somebody
I'm
who
used to
isn't
seeing
so
it written.
particular and like I'm not as huge of a fan as you guys.
I mean, it's nothing to do with nothing to do with Spider-Man at all. That's the wrong. Symbiote is
Right.
the proper pronunciation of that actual word that's in the dictionary.
Yeah, and then
oh my bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
No, you're perfectly fine. I understand. I'm just saying, like, You know, you don't have to be a fan of Spider-Man. Just know, like, no, they said the word wrong in the trailer, like assholes.
I said this before we got on the bus. The little girl that was trying to ask a question.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Like I have so much empathy for her over anybody else in this fucking.
She
movie.
got it worse than anybody.
Yeah,
Just
she
anybody,
really
any cop
did.
that got their head bit
So
off.
showing how
Nah.
much of a dork I really am. Just a couple of days ago, I was watching this analysis, how to spot bad arguments or whatever, like in a debate.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that came up in the video was like, when someone completely deflects from your question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, so, you know, blah 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 blah. Well, I like how do we know that that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction? I'm glad you asked that. Questions are very important. And it's just like, that's exactly what happened in this. It's like, I have a question. That's good. You should ask questions. No, don't silence her. People are gonna try to silence you.
Yeah.
Try to keep you from asking your questions.
And you know,
Oh, thank God. Oh, Miss. Yeah, she's going to tell you not a question asked.
and apart from being a hilarious deflection, that also characterized the villain
Yeah.
as being like, because he was empathizing with her as being somebody who was being silenced for asking questions.
He
So
made
his
the
whole-
teacher look bad,
right.
and still just did the exact same thing that she
Right.
was doing.
And he basically silenced her too.
Yeah.
He's like, shh.
Yeah.
Don't let people silence you. Shut up.
Right.
It's a high charisma modifier.
He'll answer the question that you have specifically for me.
Basically looked at her and said, "Be a piece of shit, now get away."
This is a once in a lifetime
Okay,
opportunity
okay,
to talk to a billionaire about his burgeoning tech business, but
How did you
talk
guys-
to my subordinate.
I don't know if that thing is natural. Like I don't know if it's in the comics or something, but the whole like the Venom or Riot both coming out of the backs of them and like in the showing the tiny little heads.
Carnage could. I don't remember
Right.
Venom having much more control than just like.
Right. Venom wouldn't really do much more than just like shoot tendrils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like
He's got a lot of
Man,
shit.
he honestly
Shit
that
you've
was one of
never
the biggest
seen.
things I complained about were his tendrils, but
Right.
they played it off so cool.
There's a
That
game called
motorcycle
Prototype.
swipe,
That was cool.
turning and seeing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They changed.
That's
they
what
changed
that
the
sounds
rules.
like to me.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah, they did change the rules
Well,
of Venom a lot.
I
Yeah.
liked the rules
It
that
works
they changed.
cinematically.
He's
Yeah.
like
Well,
he's a glob.
He could do that kind of stuff before.
Well, Venom.
But it wasn't really pushed that
Yeah.
much. He
Yeah.
mainly stayed in a static form because
Yeah.
it's easy to like just be
Yeah.
like a
Well,
person.
he's still trying to make Eddie Brock
Right.
understand. Like, eventually, Venom wants to completely take over
Right.
Eddie Brock. He
Right.
still has ulterior motives.
And they made him a lot bigger.
I-
and more,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, dude,
massive
he's so. No, he's not. He's typically like super big.
Yeah, but Eddie Brock was super big.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember how he was on Spider-Man?
yeah.
He just kind of like, he just kind of
Johnny Bravo.
He was
kind
in-
of gives you a little bit more to your form, but
Right.
isn't necessarily like that much bigger.
Yeah.
Like this Venom is like 12 feet tall.
I mean,
or some shit.
especially considering like how small Drake was and
Right.
how big Riot was.
Right.
Yeah.
Riot was bigger than. Riot was much, like a bit bigger than him.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Man, when
Rules
he brought
changed.
out those axes, that
That
was
was
so
cool.
cool.
Oh, the
That's-
sweep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's some shit that like that's why I was kind of it became apparent that they were changing the rules whenever Venom was able or whenever I guess it was just Riot that was shooting the rigid spikes.
Yeah.
He only did it once.
Well, he did it at the beginning whenever he was in the that woman.
Yeah.
He like shot
Yeah,
her
he
with
shot
on
that
his
village.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Venom has never been known to like make blades usually.
Mhm.
No,
It's
that's
just- it's
Carnage's
just
thing.
changing
Like
more.
that.
Yeah, it's Carnage and it's Riot that do that. But
Uh,
yeah, Venom's kind of a punk, like compared to
Yeah.
other symbiotes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Transformers and Autobots and Decepticons.
Fuck.
What?
We didn't talk about the.
We didn't talk about
Bumblebee.
that.
I felt a lot better about that trailer
Dude,
than the reveal
I
one.
just sidebar.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Goddamn love those redesigns.
I
Yeah.
put that trailer in the link.
Absolutely.
the slug buggy Bumblebee.
Or not in the
Well,
link. I
no,
put
just
that
like
trailer, I put
that.
link in the
That,
chat.
but also like the curves of the robot forms, the actual transformations you can actually see.
Yeah.
Like
It's not
the
just a
mechanics.
mash of.
Yeah,
of-
you see the mechanics.
Yeah.
Like the little pieces of set piece that you saw had beautiful camera movements and tracking. It's clearly not a Michael Bay movie, And God, I'm actually excited for a Transformers movie. Like, it actually looks really good.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be bullshit whenever I saw the first trailer.
When I saw, I think it was Soundwave. And
Yeah,
a
when
couple
the cassette tape came out.
Yeah.
Ooh, brother.
Oh.
Oh,
All right.
I got so
Yeah.
oh man,
But
nerd
speaking of
orgasm.
sound waves, I'm glad that they played upon the actual weaknesses that Venom has been known to have, being high frequency noises
Fire.
and fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The
Goodbye, Eddie Brock. Or did I just said Eddie?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Eddie.
That reminded me of the Eddie Murphy special.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, okay.
Eddie.
Okay, so obviously they wanted to show, no, they're back together. Everything's fine. Though that doesn't make sense at all, and they don't show how they get back together.
Right.
But they could have easily not done that.
Mm.
And then in the second movie, because like we talked about on the bus, when he meets Carnage,
Yeah, he
Venom is
doesn't
not
have-
with him. Venom is
right.
just like following him
Yeah.
and finds him there or something like
Yeah,
that.
they're-
It's been a while.
They're having like a break.
Yeah,
they're on
A
a
lover
break.
spat.
Yeah, they're on
Yeah.
a break right now. yeah.
So it would have made
missed this.
sense. So it would have made sense for that to happen. Eddie to think that Venom is gone,
Mhm.
and a few months pass. You know, he gets the job back and everything, and he goes to have whatever have this interview,
Right.
and then like while he's sitting there talking to Cletus Cassidy, you see the symbiote like in the corner of the screen, like
Right.
Oh,
You know,
did
like-
it show it?
no, like I'm saying
Oh.
that
Sorry.
would have
would've been
been
cool.
Yeah,
that would have
sorry.
been
It would have been more strong.
but he was in Cassidy.
No, he wasn't in there yet. It didn't
No.
show his eye. If he was in there, they would have done the same thing that they kept doing way too much throughout the movie. I think that little
Yes.
eye thing. No, the eye thing where they would, like change
silver.
colors a little bit
They,
and go
yeah,
back.
they go white for a second.
Yeah.
kind of milky.
Yeah.
to it.
Man,
Okay.
there was one thing. Like they only had 3 symbiotes. They said they didn't find a 4th one got away,
Well, a few of them died.
but they never found it. They never.
No, that was
No,
the one.
that
That's
was
right.
Riot.
Oh, that is right. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Darn.
A
Yeah.
couple of them died trying to get between hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Yeah.
than that.
That's where the weird mass of tissue that you saw that kind of looked like.
I was
Never mind.
kind of confused at the fight. Getting to the end of it.
Yep.
I was kind of
I knew.
confused about the fight with Venom and Riot, where like it was like you saw Riot like this, and Venom's head was like going into his chest, and they were.
Yeah.
Right. That was cool.
I was
That
I
was
was
from the
I was,
sound,
I was
wasn't it?
confused. I didn't
That-
know who the was where.
I
that
think that
would've-
was supposed to be the point of it, is that they were like fusing together.
That would have worked better, I think.
Were
with
the
Carnage.
bodies? Were both of them together? There,
Probably.
and they were like, because all 4 of them, they're like the guys were fighting, and the bodies were just like animated in their just like, all right, just,
Right.
I honestly think that would have worked better with Carnage than Riot, because the
Mhm.
palette is too close
That's
to
true.
Venom.
The
to be
white
able-
and the blue,
Yeah.
especially in that like lighting.
Yeah, be able
everything
to-
kind of blended.
it's
together.
hard to follow.
Yeah, and that whole scene was one of the more
Yeah.
hard to follow.
yeah. I was
action
like
scenes.
a little confused,
Right.
and then like he's like, oh, he's crawling up, but then he obviously throws his ass way away from him at the speed he was going, but of course he catches him and stabs him, and Eddie's dead for a minute, and he's like, and then he's like,
Right.
friggin'.
Yeah.
It's
They
just like,
left him. They
Tom
left
Hardy
him
killed
dead
him.
a really long time during that
yeah,
part.
that's what
I
I
like
like.
that.
I was like,
but I knew we all knew that
Right.
Venom, like it was gonna happen, but they like
Yeah.
took a really long time to bring him.
But yeah, they were like, let's
They're
go
like,
to a
is Venom-
cutscene and check other shit out while he's dead.
Right.
You know, like
No, even looking at him with the camera, like he still stayed there a long time. He
yeah,
kept there
you're
and
just
looked
like,
at him.
oh yeah,
Like,
it's not like he's got a giant thing in his chest and he can't heal
I
right
can't
now.
believe we saw the female Venom.
I was just about to.
That
just
was-
about to
Dude,
talk
I
about
love
that.
the sex part where he was
The
like,
sex
he's
part.
not the sex part. Where he was like,
It was
he
kinda-
looks up and he's like, oh,
Alright, I'm
but he
not-
was like, there was.
I'm not gonna lie, Lady Venom's fucking hot.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, I have the most confusing arousal right now.
I'm not confused at
She
all.
could eat my head all day.
Oh man, I'm hungry.
Are there any like female? I mean,
yeah.
What does
Venom,
a symbiote taste like?
I bet it's gamey.
Yeah, that's what I was
Gamey?
I can only
See,
speak
no,
for
I
the
feel
texture.
like seafood. Seafood. Like, have you ever had
we
octopus?
were talking about octopus earlier.
Yeah.
It's definitely calamari.
Yeah, it's definitely something with
I like
tentacles.
Me
calamari.
too.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Symbiote?
because I would actually, I enjoyed what's your name throughout the movie. Like-
Annie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the chick. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's-
Dude, I don't believe I've been in a relationship with this shit happening. I don't believe that for a second. If I was dying from heroin overdose, my ex would be like, "Good, I hope that motherfucker dies." Like they would not be like, "I'm gonna have my boyfriend come save his." Like what the?
I didn't know.
Sorry, that's just
It's
me.
like Ed Hardy did.
She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna help you, Eddie. How are you doing?" My ex is,
Well, I mean,
You ruined my career in life. I hate you. But you look sick when you busted into that restaurant like a crack addict.
right, that was my favorite scene of the movie.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. Whenever,
Oh my
just
God.
Tom Hardy fucking up a fine dining restaurant, like, yes, I'm
Looking
fucking
for
sold on
live
that.
meat. Thing.
Oh, well, whenever he got into the pool.
Yeah.
When he
Oh
sits,
my
he
God.
sits in
He's
the
like,
loft.
you just hear him go, oh, I have been there.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that
hot.
feeling.
Oh my god.
And he just
Lobster? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Working in a fine dining restaurant makes you
And-
fucking
and-
imagine that scene.
No,
over
don't
and
call the
over
cops.
again in your
I'm a
head.
doctor.
bet.
Oh my god.
Just an employee there is like loving every moment of this. Like,
Right.
yes, fuck this place.
God, I wanted to burn this place
My-
to the ground.
My favorite subtle joke that I didn't hear anybody else laugh at was the dude. What the fuck? Like, apparently I have a parasite.
Dude, I laughed. Dude, no, I died. Oh man, that was so good.
He's like, yeah, I have a parasite. Oh, dude, Asian lady was like, about time.
Yeah.
She was not shocked. She was like, what was that? But like, she stood there with like
Right.
fucking composure.
She was
She's like, that was interesting. You just ate that man's head.
Right. She was good.
Yeah, she was.
This was a standalone kind of thing, right? There was no mention of other like MC, like Marvel.
I was
stuff,
proud
there?
of the old Asian lady at the beginning that Riot had taken over.
Yeah.
The actor had played that
Yeah.
old lady.
Man, honestly, oh
It
god,
was
I
really
didn't.
convincing.
Yeah, no
I didn't expect to cringe at the beginning of this movie, but whenever I saw her leg go back in place, I don't know
Right.
why, but it messed with me.
Yeah, whenever she's walking.
The next
down
time I
street,
saw her, I
yeah.
went, is she limping?
Hmm.
No, she was fine.
Yeah,
That's
she
'cause
just
they-
She was
She
just
had,
kinda
walking
the
weird. It's like
semi-
Riot. It's like Riot was
Yeah, I was
figuring out how
wondering
to
why
walk.
she was doing
She was
that.
already dead, I think, and
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Riot
She's
didn't
totally
have
dead.
like an example of the like cerebral
I guess.
necessities.
I don't know how
That's
I don't
fair.
know how legs work, but then he found
Right.
that old woman.
Yeah, and then he got more.
Then he got a
confident with it.
child. I wonder what that
Yeah.
lady did. I wonder what happened to the child. Was just dead after.
Oh, she's probably just dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Buried,
pretty
maybe.
fucked up.
Maybe. I don't know. As long as
I think that's
we don't get to see that part, so we don't care.
Yeah.
Man, I
If
hate that the
symbiotes are
scientist
bad
lady
hosts,
died.
I think.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah,
bad
like,
hosts,
I
think
really
it'd kill
liked
them.
her.
They just eat their organs and then.
Yeah.
I was hoping she'd catch the thing and be
Be-
like,
Like that,
Well,
she would be
because-
super
Symbiote,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Symbiosis. It's not. They're not parasites.
Right.
It's a.
you got to find
It's
the
a
right.
forth
Right.
relationship. So if one,
Mutualism.
yeah. So if one isn't providing to the other, then the other just becomes a parasite and consumes them and
Right.
finds another host.
Yeah.
Are there other?
But that
goods?
doesn't happen for the opposite. Like the humans can't be like, oh yeah, Venom.
Well, no,
fuck
just-
you.
Just like, you have gut bacteria that you have a symbiotic relationship with, but you can also get actual parasites and,
Yeah.
and things.
That's
Like,
Are there any good symbiotes other than Venom? Kinda.
Well-
He's not technically all good, but
I
are there
mean-
any good ones?
Not that I've.
So where did
All the other ones are
symbiote-
just assholes.
Where did the symbiote that became
They all kind of exist together as a
Carnage, like
He came
Soul
from-
was in the
he
print
came from a piece of Venom.
when he exploded in all the fire?
You
I
could say
mean,
that
maybe
for
in
the
this
cinematic
movie.
universe,
okay,
but-
so in the comics, Eddie and Cletus Cassidy are cellmates or like next door neighbors in prison to each other. Venom comes to break Eddie out of prison, and a piece of him gets left and bonds with Cassidy,
yeah.
and that's how Carnage is born.
Right. And Carnage is one of the most sadistic motherfuckers.
Dude,
ever in
oh
Marvel
god,
comics.
Carnage. I grew up loving Carnage,
Yeah,
and then
same.
Venom was like to me. Now I like Venom more.
If you ever
As an
played-
adult, I like Venom more.
If you ever played the first Spider-Man game for modern like 3D vector consoles,
No, I
The
remember
Spider-Man
that.
for the PlayStation
One.
two
Oh, yeah.
and 64.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
Carnage was heavily featured in that, and they did a really good job making him seem like a complete prick.
Yeah. Which
yeah.
one? Which one was it that had the complete cop-out ending? Because 64 and PlayStation had different endings. One you actually fought Carnage Ock, and the other one it was just a
You
fucking.
just like ran down the
Yeah.
hallway, and there's an explosion chasing
I
you.
was talking to Nolan.
You handed me the pack after giving me one. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. You just
Groovy.
ran down. I'm pretty
Right.
sure that was
That-
64 because, yeah.
That was the one. That was the one for PlayStation.
Was
and- Yeah.
okay. Like I
Right
said,
on
they're
my
pretty
bitches,
much the
yeah.
exact same
Right.
game except for the
Right.
ending
Yeah.
was different.
I remember I loved that game because
No, I
there's
didn't.
so many
That's really
options
cool. PBR
for
killed the
costumes
dinosaurs.
and shit.
Yeah.
You could be the symbiote that you see in Venom in that game. That was pretty cool.
Well, what about the movie?
What
I'm trying to think of other things that happened in there that. Oh man, this might be one of my top. Like, it's one of my top favorite. What's his name?
Tom Hardy?
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
No, Stan
Oh,
Lee.
yeah,
Stan
his
Lee
cameo.
things. Whenever Venom goes, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Did Stan Lee have anything to do with writing Venom?
No, he was retired by then.
That might be why he said it.
No, it's
Nah.
just one of those things. A lot of people don't get that.
Nobody else ever even acknowledges the existence of him in most movies.
That's because he's not in most movies. He's not around. It's like he's in a report on TV somewhere. He's
a school bus driver in one.
but exactly, he's just some asshole, which is what he goes for in those movies.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't
then-
normally interact.
But people
with them
always
like
like,
that.
who is that? People are like, if they see multiple movies of
right.
his, they're like, who is that guy?
He does react with them. He
Interact?
did it. Yeah, he did in Age of Ultron.
He
There's-
technically
there's
interacted
ni-
with the character. in
There's
this one.
19
Yeah, he did.
just in the MCU, not counting him being in every X-Men movie, every
Right.
Spider-Man movie.
He wasn't in Blade, was he?
No.
No, that would
God
have been
bless.
cool if he was.
Yeah, I bet he is somewhere.
Whoa.
Check it.
He's in one of the club scenes.
He's
and-
Blade's stunt double. Wesley Snipes? Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Who couldn't?
All right,
Could I have another
Superheroes.
beer, Josh?
of course.
Thank you.
Let's,
Bring me one. Should we wrap this up?
I
Do
like
we gotta leave?
I like seeing him go into parachute mode.
You gotta
as
leave
well.
anytime
That
soon?
was cool.
Okay, cool.
Oh, never mind, Josh. It's your last one. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, because I gave everybody beer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ta-da! Ah.
Ta-da!
What else is there? to
Anyway,
say?
about those dollars you're gonna give me for beer. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
It's cool.
No, I'm joking. Oh, crack it up.
Classic.
Chink. Okay, so movie.
What about it?
Eevee.
Didn't like the scientist lady died. Kid cat.
Yep.
Kitty cat.
I liked how they ended the relationship thing between them, just kind of like
Up in the
platonic and up in the air.
Yeah, I
mainly.
wouldn't call it platonic. There's clearly something there
Oh,
they're
yeah.
saving for the sequel.
Right.
I fucking hated that the head always, yeah, I'm just happen to be the right guy for the job.
Is he? Do you think they're gonna do a sequel?
I think so. Like, it's doing better
Well,
than
yeah.
expected.
Yeah, dude, the movie was better. Like we all gave
Yeah.
so much. We trash
A lot of
talked
people were
it.
shitty about it, but every fucking hardcore fan I had, like Brendan Borland, loves this shit.
Okay, I've seen this once in theaters.
Yeah.
Theaters make everything seem more grandiose and everything. It's hard to put a scrutinous eye to it. I can't pause and everything. And it's only seen it once. Even just seeing it once, there are a lot of things that I noticed. A lot of cracks in the seams.
Yeah.
That being said, there's enough, mainly from Eddie and Venom's relationship, to make it enjoyable. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's a good movie just on one viewing. Like it
Right.
didn't. It's not like Infinity War or Last Jedi or something that leaves that like immediate impression on me. Like yes,
Yeah.
I'm all about this.
Right.
But it was enjoyable. Like
Yeah. It definitely didn't drag enough to make you disappointed, and it
No,
was.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
Like it
entertaining.
was like seriousness, humor, serious action, humor, action.
Right,
action.
right.
and
It was fun. It was. A
Yeah,
good time.
it was pleasant. It was like PG Deadpool.
Sure.
Yeah, it was like there was death and killing and some
There's-
gruesomeness,
and
but there
there's-
was like
The people were no.
humor.
Yeah,
Like,
the
just
pe-
like-
people straight got their head bit off.
Man, I kind of hope that, especially with Carnage, they just go for the R the next time, though.
Yeah, they really should,
Yeah.
like they did with Deadpool.
Yeah. Like, because I can kind of see the punches that are pulled in this movie
Yeah.
in some things.
Apparently-
Oh
there
yeah,
was,
yeah.
like-
What is this movie? PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bunch of time cut from the original
Yeah.
director's release.
Yeah, I feel like they could have been a little bit more hardcore with it, because like
Yeah.
if somebody's like,
Yeah,
It
Like-
still did a good
He-
job at like making it.
right. I mean, he bites some people's heads off, but you don't see him like bite anybody's head off.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you don't see the neck tear or anything
It's
like that.
you know,
it's your classic fucking anime
Like
shot
real-
of, like,
where it's
of
like
the
it's
head.
about to happen, and
Yeah,
then
the
it's like,
shadow
that's
in the
right.
background.
Yeah.
Your POV and you see the head and then black.
Yeah, the
kind
next
of
thing you see is the jerk.
Yeah.
You don't actually see the head go anywhere.
Right. There's a very little gore in this movie.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
maybe-
there was no
The
blood.
stuff that they did was good.
Except for the knee at the beginning, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the broken bones and stuff. Like, whenever Eddie got hit by the motorcycle, like, you saw, like, he had this huge.
Oh, and
he
his
had
fingers were broken.
Yeah, his fingers
and,
were broken. He had this huge gash right here that was like
Yeah.
wide open and stuff. Oh yeah, he was messed up. His bone,
Right.
like, oh.
Which they did well to characterize Eddie by the fact that he was still like trying to crack jokes at the dude who was trying to fuck him up whenever he was just laying there broken on the ground.
Mhm.
What did he say?
I don't remember what he said to the dude, but it was just something shitty, you know? Like
Oh my god, I think the forest scene when he was about to pop Eddie in the head, like, took too long.
what's he?
This, whenever Eddie was, like, venomless, and he was out in the forest.
Yeah, I mean, like
He's like, "F this, I'm out." And, like, he walks out, and then they're like, "Hey, guy," and they take him out to the woods to shoot him,
Right.
instead of just dropping
Yeah,
his
why
head
would
there.
you? Why do you
Right.
take him out to the woods?
Right.
It's like that's that classic, like,
Yeah,
like,
like super
80s,
villain.
90s movie.
Was
scene.
that before or after
Take him
he
out
got
there and
captured?
put him down.
What was that?
Yes, boss.
After he got captured?
They probably should have just capped him in the facility where they have
What?
control.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Guy
like,
said he didn't want any blood in his facility.
Fair. See, this is why you should be on camera,
I've had
Serena.
so many thoughts. I just-
What the fuck?
It's just anxiety is what it is.
that's okay.
I knew earlier when you said, I don't have anything to say about it, I was like, that's bullshit. She just
Dude.
doesn't want to be on
Yeah, I talked to
camera.
him all about it last night.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
Hang up a mirror. We can FaceTime you and just sit you here. You can be off camera, but on camera.
Oh no, we
Dude.
were like on the.
I live with
Projector,
anxiety.
you'd be a
It
green screen
It honestly
projection.
has helped. Like,
Yeah. All right. So what else?
I'm trying to think if there's any other
No.
big things to talk about.
The sound thing was cool. The plane wouldn't be that goddamn low over the building. Stupid.
That's true.
Yeah.
I thought that effects wise, there was a really good sense of gravity and everything to the CGI on Venom. Like you
Yeah.
could really tell the impacts were happening. Like all of the Venom movements seemed really from the comic
Yeah.
books, and it
Mhm.
really felt like Venom was in the scene whenever he was there.
Yeah.
There's like a really big sense of impact. You could tell how fucking strong he was, you know. And it felt cool. It felt like you were really in the like physical
Mm-hmm.
scene.
Yeah, I enjoyed that Venom kind of like he was like. I suppose in my situation too, I would be like completely scared shitless as my body did things and
Right.
like just save my ass and there's explosions and bullets going off everywhere. I'm just like shitting myself.
Right.
I'm just waiting on it.
You have to shit yourself.
Yeah. I was-
Yeah. No. To do that shit with my body, I'm just waiting on.
So a symbiote to come
Yeah.
and like save you, and
Oh,
you're just
yeah,
like, man, I don't have to
nice.
play music anymore. You just develop the music symbiote, and he's like pianoing, and you're drumming, and you're just like, this is my band, but I'm just sitting here playing on my phone.
That's nice.
Tentacles drumming a whole fucking orchestra.
Closing remarks and score.
Score?
Yeah.
There's scores.
Yeah,
We don't really. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Give it your best out of 5 or
best out of 5.
best out of 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna say-
fives.
Yeah, 5 is hard. I'm gonna say
Okay.
3.
You want to say 10?
Yeah,
then?
10.
We could do that. Yeah.
Okay, let's do 10.
22.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
that's a bust.
it's 7 out of 10. 6.5.
Right.
Somewhere between there. 6.75, 8, 9, 7, 4, 3 repeating.
Do you have any closing remarks to say?
I thought it was a fun ride. If you're maybe a super huge Venom fan, what is that too
that could-
typical movie critic?
It's a fun. It was
That was a fun ride.
It was a fun ride.
It was though.
It was a jolly romp.
This was a classic romp. Anyway, if you like action movies, you'll enjoy it. If you're maybe a super huge Venom fan, then you'll probably be kind of offended at some of this bullshit. But
Yeah.
like, if you're able to enjoy
All right,
a fun
new
movie,
skill.
you'll
On a
enjoy
scale
it.
of 1 to 10, how much do you know? Like this Venom story
Venom?
backline. How much of a fan of Venom are you?
like 5 or 6.
Out of 10? Gotcha,
Yeah.
cool.
You consider yourself 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I mean, I love Venom. I mean, he's one of them.
But like knowledgeable fan. Like,
Knowledgeable,
somebody, you like
yeah.
keeps up with all the fucking canons and all
Right,
that.
yeah,
jazz.
see, 5 or 6.
Okay,
like, I'm
cool.
not
Thank
like,
you.
yeah.
Cool. Because
Definitely.
I'm like a 2, and that's what we're gonna
To-
make this when we're
To
gonna.
what this movie is like, where it's portraying, I would say like 8 or 9. Now overall,
Oh, as far as
like
as
like
how
the
much I know.
the origin and like the establishment of Venom and of like the symbiotes and everything.
Yeah, 5 or 6 for that.
but Venom now, like, I've never any of the part where Flash Thompson had Venom or any of the anti-Venom comics, so I would say 5 or 6. Actually, like 4 or 5 on that, because I just know just what I've
Then
heard.
if you guys are 4 or 5s, then I'm a 1.
Aaron?
I'll give it a 7 as well. Ah, man, it was pretty good.
Would you call it a fun ride? Maybe a classic romp?
No. A stellar spectacle to
Fair.
feast your eyes on.
That's a 7.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. Like, as somebody who doesn't keep up with the Venom comics,
It killed it.
like I was very impressed. As somebody who like won on the knowledge of Venom, like it was awesome. It was like well done. Like I love the CG in it. It was calm. I love that every character, like their makeup actually looked like they were fucking dying.
Yeah.
Like they did really well with that. It was pleasant. Like I don't know the Venom backstory as well, and so I'm enjoying the conversation with you guys. But like, as somebody who has no clue about the Venom backstory and all that, like it was a great fucking movie. I would give it like a 9. Like I enjoy. Well, like I'm not a big movie critic, nor do I like. It doesn't take a lot to please me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's an honest appraisal.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
it.
loved it.
Number? Did you give a number?
Yeah, I
He said
give it
9.
9.
Okay, 9.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. No, I gotta do an 8 because like some of the stuff I was like, this is a little predictable, but I enjoyed the humor. They threw in humor in there and like very serious
In the
situations.
right way. In the right ways.
And it was like not like Deadpool, like this is a comedy, but like it was balanced enough where like this is a serious movie that is a jokester sometimes.
It's a serious movie that you can enjoy the ride.
The movie was the personality of Brock.
All right. It clearly wanted to be Deadpool in a lot of ways, and I think it actually
They
succeeded.
didn't break the fourth wall at all.
No,
So
no,
that's-
but I
that's
mean,
like
need
Deadpool's
that.
I mean
game
the
plan.
dark. I mean the dark comedy, anti-hero kind of thing. Like they. No, you can't break the fourth wall. That's too on brand with Deadpool. But you can have.
He was like, "You're an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole." Like,
Yeah.
like you're a loser. I'm like
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
you're a
that-
loser.
just
I'm
like-
a loser. We should bond.
That-
like real,
That could have been
like
honestly
like
phrased
real
better.
life humor.
That's true.
But anyway,
It's like I didn't like the last line of the movie either. The, we can do whatever we want. I don't care for that line.
That was in the trailer also.
Yeah.
man, it was cut different in the trailer.
Yeah, that was the very last line of the movie.
Yeah.
Which, why?
Um, but I think that if you can detach your preconceived notions about the character and what you expect, that honestly helps a lot. I will say this is probably my favorite outing from Sony so far.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sony did this. It was
Yeah.
good by Sony.
Yeah.
Because you get that nice in association with Marvel
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Put in your head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say probably 5.5 to 6 because it's enjoyable. Like I said, I'm not gonna say that it's good, but the flaws in it, unlike the other Spider-Man movies and the other most of the other Marvel movies that aren't Marvel movies, the flaws aren't so glaring that they make the film not enjoyable to watch. Like on
fair.
on reflection, like I can think of a lot of different things that like were kind of weak spots, but actually watching it, it's enjoyable. I'll see how a second watch is as far as how the comedy holds up and everything. But I think a lot of the comedy works because it's relationship comedy and everything. It's like a lot of contrast. It's not so much like shock value comedy.
Right.
Well, like his silly lines, like you're a loser. I'm a loser. Or when he said,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the only big laugh in the theater. Did
You think?
notice? I think of like all the that was the only big laugh.
I fucking laughed. Like I guffawed.
I laughed a few times
I
too.
did say
I
whenever.
felt like nobody else was laughing.
Yeah. Whenever he was like, "You're a loser," I'm a loser on my own planet, or whatever. I was like, I know that feeling.
Yeah, I think that could have been. That's a good example of show don't tell. I think the like saying you're a loser and then I'm a loser too. I think there could have been a
said
better
the
way
phrasing
to-
could have been that's that childish ass language that I feel like they got from Deadpool. Because Deadpool's like he's like crayon drawing the guys he's gonna kill. I'm gonna kill you guys. Here, I'm just some jackass with powers beyond my ability.
If they did take that from Deadpool, then I think that's the one place they missed the mark on trying to appropriate that.
I don't think they were trying to like repeat Deadpool.
Well,
I think they were
no,
just trying to take like
Notes,
humor styles,
like knowing that you can have humor.
Yes,
in a,
like really silly humor, just saying like you're a loser. Like using the term loser,
being
which
able
is
to get away with
I feel you. They could use a better word, but like
Well,
I think them saying loser
it's
just
not-
shows
They
like
could
the
have phrased
grade.
it better. Like they could have structured the whole dialogue about that
Yeah,
issue.
but they made it
better.
really out there and like just kind of. I don't want to say childish, just like
It was a little bit childish.
like amateur,
Yeah.
or not amateur, just like a teenager, just silly.
Right.
And
Venom may
but,
not be
like,
the most intelligent in English. He might
and
just know
that's,
the base.
that's fair,
I mean,
but
He's
like
also using Eddie Brock's.
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
a journalist.
Right, but he's not like he's like
yeah,
a vice
this
journalist.
This is like semantics.
You know?
I'm just talking about like the dialogue.
You know what I
of the
mean?
film.
Is in that doesn't he seem like he's like a vice journalist?
No, he seems like an actual like legit.
journalist.
No, he's
investigative
no.
At
reporter.
the end, he
No,
seems
no,
like
no,
a
no.
more
at the
serious.
beginning.
To me, he seems like like what he was trying to like explain as his journalist style. Like he was trying to expose people. He just
Right.
seemed like an adult or
Right.
Alex Jones. Just like they're taking up homeless people and they're putting them in the
Well, okay.
Have you ever seen
Abby Martin?
watched- Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
That's who he makes me think of.
Right. But I mean, people like that don't necessarily have the greatest grasp on language. It's like it's more about their bravery and ability to
That's fair. Yeah.
contend with the situation that makes them a good journalist.
Still though, like
He should have a better vocabulary than he does.
Yeah.
That's why I think vice journalist.
right.
Because have you ever watched that? Because they seem exactly like what Eddie Brock is doing.
Yeah.
It was just like homelessness. It sucks. Let's get into it. You know, like.
All
All
right.
right. So that's our review on Venom. This will be up on this is up on Patreon. Probably go up on YouTube next week because this is a fun ride. I want everybody to see this. Make sure to tune in to Fandom Nonsense every Wednesday, Couch Lock on Fridays, Child's Play on Mondays, and subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Always cool things happening.
All
Bye,
right,
guys.
That's Zach. That's Aaron.
Do we do it at the end?
Nope. Can
We
we?
never have.
Like,
Can, I
yeah,
guess.
sure. Yeah, let's do
I
it.
know,
Let's go
yeah.
for it.
I was gonna say your name, and I was hoping you'd say Aaron's name, and then Aaron would say Nolan's name, and also Nolan would say.
That's
Why
a
would
lot
you?
to
Why would
assume.
you
That's
expect
so
us
much
to
to
just?
assume.
I
We're not
thought you
doing
guys-
any of that. Goodbye.